OK，来，好了，哎，已经看到你了。
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is Tim, my love for land from Richangsheng Group. My name is Zehan. These are my teammates, and this is our champion, Hongsheng. It's my honor to represent our company to have this online exchange with you. This place where I am now is one of the projects of our company. As you can see, this is our mine, and which has been already achieved the ecological reclamation after mining. Next, I will introduce our project. Our project is about community co-building. Richangsheng Group has been in construction aggregate industry for more than 20 years, and community relation has always been a sensitive issue. We are committed to establish a well-structured, universal solution for global mining industry. You know what? Global demand for construction aggregate is more than 40 billion tons a year, only second to water. This figure is shocking, and what's more shocking is China used half amount of it. The demand for construction aggregate is large, but in recent years, due to the regulation and restrict are much tighter than before, the number of legitimate companies has dropped sharply at this moment in China. Although the industry somehow did make improvements, the negative image is still entrenched. We have several problems, and most problems are universal. Not only enterprises in China should confront. First of all, there is a not in my backyard perspective. The majority of local residents is still reluctant to accept mining companies to operate in their backyard. Secondly, there is the issue of sustainable community support. Traditionally, mining companies choose the one-way donation to tackle the problem. However, the coherence reached by this solution was both fragile and unsustainable. We hope to create more value for local residents, much more than just operating immediately. We wish to switch from the reactive to proactive to achieve mutual trust and reach to win-win situation. Through RCS community co-building plan, we give them a predictable future. We will investigate local culture and industrial characteristics and finalize a highly localized plan for every community. Local government in project location also provide sufficient resources to support our plan. As the biggest private enterprises in Chinese construction aggregate industry, our comprehensive plan enable mining groups in worldwide to achieve local community co-building, symbol size, and resource sharing. Our community co-building plan started for a few social welfare objectives to enhance the inner strength of the community, to promote rural vitalization in culture, industry, and talent, to create a sustainable business model shared by communities and enterprises. The key point of our company co-building plan lies in goodwill. It's our starting point. We wish to be a good neighbor to the local people. We apply the concept of good neighbor into action. We build sustainable communities for always government assistance, enterprises advocating, and residents participation, and finally, to achieve sustainable development of community. During the 8 years of project operation, we created a means and needs community co-building and achieved the desired results. This year, we start to design development plans for 2 communities in small towns with the help of YSIP program. We critically reconsidered what sustainability really is in our field. And also, we realized that what we have done before was only viable to our company. There is a need to explore much more possibilities to enable others to replicate our plan with fewer barriers. After participating via SIP, we systemed our company co-building plan. We integrated key elements from fragment plans we did before and came up a detailed proposal by evaluating three key dimensions: environment, society, and economy. Tackling the issue of the perspective of not in my backyard, we turned to technological innovation and improvements. We eliminated the safety concerns of community residents and minimized the environmental damage. To deal with the issue of sustainable community support, we created a town-based brand system. Here presented the town-based brand system we introduced for Majiao Town. We provide packaging design for native agricultural products. We facilitate local economic growth by providing branding serves according to the local production. As a good neighbor, we will connect community activities with the improvement of the town's environment and work with local residents to redecorate and design this space. We assist residents to hold community-based activities and support locals to set up community development association. Community co-building is not only about the enterprises and residents, it also brings value to the government and other stakeholders. The trust we built with local people in our collaboration for community development is truly sustainable. If more companies will emulate spirit, more people will enjoy sustainable communities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and what a great setup. I believe that the judges agree with me. Thumbs up if you agree with me. And now over to you to hear some feedback, questions. So who would like to go first? Nadim?
I was wanting to see if Manda wants to go first, since he's the only one who hasn't done that yet.
All right, Manda, over to you.
Thank you, Bruna. Thank you, Nadim. I mean, the question I have is, so the project that you have, so it's rehabilitation of mining spaces. That's part of it, as I understood it. And then there's also a component of minimizing the impact to the communities. Am I correct?
All right. So thank you for your question. So basically, everybody knows that the mining industry would harm the environment and the local community. That's the well-known question, and that's the everybody's problem that we're facing. But what we're going to do is not just minimize the damage and the harm of the local community. What we can do is that we are not only minimized or saying to protect the local environment, but also facilitate the local communities' economy. So basically, the ultimate goal of our project is to anti-poverty by activating the so-called inner economy circling. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. And
any question? Do you have any questions?
Yes, I was just going to follow up. So the facilitation, does that create any economic value for the company, or is it more for the for the community and less for the company?
Okay, so thank you for your question. In terms of the benefit, we are concerned about the whole stakeholders around this project. So obviously, our company is one part of the stakeholders, but local communities, or saying like the ecological system, or saying the local government matters as well. So what we're going to do is to everybody's trying to get the win-win situation, not just beneficial by ourselves, but also providing the benefit to the local communities. So in terms of the practical actions, I actually would like to introduce terms which is related to the fish and fishing. So I think one of my teammates would explain that issues. All right. So would you like to share your ideas with us?
Okay. Please allow me to make a future explanation on fish to fishing. We hope the relationship between local residents and the mining group in the world could be changed from transactional to engagement relationship. Direct financial providing is a short-term compensation, while activity local inner economy is a long-term based engagement. And the clear difference is our plan aims to develop the local community and enable them to achieve economy self-reliance. Thank you.
So yeah, basically this is the answers that we can get. Yeah. So
thank you. Kim and Nadim, if you have any further questions.
Nadim, you want to go?
Sure, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Manda, and thank you, RCS Group. Shortly, for me, the interconnection between potential environmental damages and the long-term effect on economic well-being of the community is missing in terms of a link, perhaps. So I really like the sort of focus on further engagement, helping think from a long-term perspective. You know, the fishing example that you just gave, I think, is excellent, and I second also Bruna on the whole setting. You brought us with you to understand, you know, where you are within let's say from a spatial perspective. But what I was missing to a certain extent is where is the effort related to, or can you give me a bit more examples related to minimizing the environmental damage that's related to your operations?
So, I beg your pardon, are you asking the impact related to the environmental issues? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so so actually in terms of the environmental issues, we have to say that in China, we are actually operating our business with very strict policies. So basically, once we pass, you know, the regulations, also in the past the assessment, that means our project is running without any environmental damage. Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, this project is just operating, focusing on the local communities' benefit and you know, the long-term benefit, not just the environmental issues, because you know, that's related to policies.
So if I understand correctly, then the challenge mostly is related to acceptance of you know, changes that are being brought to the region because of the mining activities, and the effect of the community beyond the environmental ones, because those are taken care of by regulations.
Yeah. So for this point, I actually would like to add some comments or the opinions. So basically, we are going to providing the resources at this moment, because that's you know, that's the first step that we're gonna do. So everyone knows that if you are trying to hang out with another guy, the first step that you're gonna do is to showing your respect and showing your kindness. So this is what we are doing right now. But after that, what we can do is to, you know, trying to convert these issues from the whole public fair project to the you know, the local driven sustainable business model. So this is what we're gonna do. And yeah, in terms of the business model, I think our friends Song Chang would like to make some comments. Do you want to do this?
Song.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Since my friends got some problem.
Hello.
All right. So, yeah, please go ahead.
Oh. Okay. I want to discuss with you guys about the supporting and facilitating and the sustainability of our desired business model. Just a specific technique or a particular pendant. We are creating a practical business in this industry, copy and implement our automate stakeholders, not just the enterprise, business providers, and governments.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we can't hear you well. I'm sorry about that.
All right. So let me just recap the answers from Zhang Song, because we have just did a short conversation on it.
And you have 1 minute left. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. So let me just first my answers. So basically, what we're going to do is just to try the attitude from the supporting to facilitating. And the first step is the relationship from the relationship between us, between business and the local community residents should be from the seller and buyer to the facilitator and engagement. All right, so that's the key points that we're going to do. So basically, the first one, we should just do some effort to let them to trust us, because we always believe that mutual understanding, the mutual respect, and the mutual trust is the spirit of true sustainability. So yeah, I have to say that this is the core value of the whole proposals. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your intervention. Thank you, judges, for your questions.